8 minutes we got left before we chat. Grab your coffee, find your seat. Cowbells are ringing, that's our cue. Gonna share our thoughts with you. Laugh and gossip, spit in tea. Little secrets between you and me. Countdown ticking, let's get real. Heart to heart, it's how we feel. Girl talks in 8 minutes time. Ring that bell, let's feel the rhyme. Share our dreams and tell our fears.
I hear it!
Oh, I muted over here.
Yeah, only use the board, never mute on there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I've been doing that all wrong.
Conversations never lie. In this moment with you and I. Clock is ticking, here we go. Words like a start slow. Tune your ears and hear the beat. Go talk, makes our time so sweet. Girl talks in 8 minutes time. Ring now, let's feel the rhyme. Share our dreams and tell our fears. Go talk, wiping our tears. Clock is ticking, here we go. Words like a start slow. Tune your ears and hear the beat. Go talk, makes our time so sweet. Girl talks in 8 minutes time. Ring now, let's feel the rhyme. Share our dreams and tell our fears. Go talk, wiping our tears.
Morning, y'all. It's 5 minutes and 30 seconds before Girl Talk starts. So you have just enough time to grab yourself a cup of coffee and get in a comfy seat. We'll see you soon.
Catch girl talks every day. Follow social cues the way.
GURLTAUAU, every platform come to play. Catch up, don't delay.
Facebook, YouTube streams. Scrolling through daily memes. Talk, show. Next, trying to find and see what girl talk is all about. Keeping it real is what we do. So tune in now and join our crew. Lights moving through the screens, cries don't be me, I'll shatter our routine. Talk, show. Next, trying to find and see what girl talk is all about. GURLTAUAU is who we are. Come hang on your tablet, phone, or screen, anywhere girl talk can see. Girl talk show, trying to see what girl talk is all about. Update stories, laugh and cry. It's girl talk, so question why. It's the show that you'll adore. Come back daily to get some more. Girl talk show, miss, trying to find and see what girl talk is all about. GURLTAUAU is who we are. Come hang with us on your phone or screen. There girl talks can be seen. Girl talk show, join and see what girl talk is all about. GURLTAUAU, log in now, watch our show. Likes and comments, let them flow. Every day we're on our way. walking down this road tonight. Talking about the things we fight. Addiction knocking at my door. E&T wants so much more. We walk the walk, and talk, right here on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm. Together we'll move along. Searching for a brighter day. Holding tight along the way. Sobriety is decline. D&T winning every time. Oh yeah, we walk the walk. And talk the talk. Right here on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm. D&T bringing all along. We walk the walk, and talk, right here on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm. D&T bringing all along. Whoa, yeah. We walk the walk. And talk the talk, right here on the path where we belong. Standing strong through the storm. D&T bringing all along.
Hold. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, I hit the wrong button. Well, good morning. Good morning. Our fearless leader is back. She has decided she is not adulting today, so
That's right.
she has stuck me back in the seat.
I said no.
She said nope, and I'm not doing it today, and you can't make me.
I mean, I have my cow slippers on. I have my cow clothes on. Well, whatever, pajamas.
Your jammy jams.
My onesie and my cow cup. And
She said, I'm not doing it.
I'm going to be about as mature as a cow cutting wood.
All right.
Or whatever it is they do.
Chewing cud?
Chewing cud. See the whole point. I can't even.
Well, introductions. You want me to start? You want to
Sure,
go?
go ahead. Start.
All right. I am Amanda. I'm the boy mom.
And the producer.
And the producer. I am the scary movie expert, as some people will tell me, but I don't think I'm that into it. I mean, I guess I am, but it's a little obsession.
Okay, obsession.
Little.
You know what? There is a fine line between obsession and expertise.
Very true.
I mean, really, when you think about Elon Musk, he is an expert at quite a few things, but he's very obsessed also.
That is
Therefore,
true.
I think you have to be enough
He's on
obsessed.
the autistic spectrum,
He is.
correct?
He is.
Yes.
I think everybody.
I think everybody is.
Yeah.
But
Got a little the tism in you.
But I think you have to be just enough obsessed to become an expert at anything.
Yes.
Because if you are not obsessed with something, I mean, think about it in school. What was your best subject? Probably the thing that you liked the most,
Office
which
aid.
made you kind of obsessed about it. Yeah.
Office
No, I'm
aid.
just-
Oh,
Art.
I loved biology.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
See,
That is not me.
did
I
love
can't. I
genetics
can't
and
see how
biology.
much you like the gruesome stuff, but not that part, because that was so
The
fun.
gross stuff doesn't bother me
Oh,
in the
it's not.
biology. It's all the science,
Oh,
smarty
it's the
pants
science
stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
The brain stuff.
Gotcha.
The thinking and the
so
numbers.
you could go play with the cadavers.
Oh,
you
yes.
just don't want to know how it works.
Right.
We dissected a cat in anatomy class in high school.
Ooh.
All
See
the, way
frog?
from skinning it all the way to nothing left.
Oh yeah, you give me all of that. Like I will watch all the surgery
I would
shows, and my
not have
husband
made
will
it through
throw
that.
up.
Okay, we're gonna finish it.
I'm sorry.
where we're at.
Yes, go to
And
introductions.
then we are going to dive into that one because that was funny.
My turn.
Greta, go.
I'm next. I'm like, who's next? Who's
You're
next?
always two,
I'm always
even though you're four.
I am Greta. I am the single girl, Southern girl, never moved out of the South. Dog mom. So, Southern lady looking for love, dog mom, must love dogs.
Single and ready to mingle.
I love this.
Yeah,
dog.
single and ready to mingle. Football lover. Give me a good football game, and I'm in. Summertime, Hallmark movies, not a scary movie
care if he
girl
has
at
it.
all.
Yeah, me and Greta are a little bit opposites. in
We
that.
are. I did find her one the other day. They
There's
said that
nothing he
Hallmark
can do
Plus
that I'm
has
gonna
one
be
called
upset about.
Mistletoe
My dog's
Murder.
terrible.
Is it gross?
I don't know.
Because if it's a lovey story with like just a murder, I don't want it.
I
I
don't
need
know.
gross and disgusting.
Gore to go with
Yes,
I'm
please.
betting with the word
I-
mistletoe in it. It's a sweet show with a murder in it.
I have
Like-
a story for you when we're
All right.
Okay, whoever's next.
I was gonna say this little ball of fuzz here
Yeah.
yelling at Alicia is Greta's current man.
Yes, that is. He is
the
he is
man in black.
the love of my life, Mr. Cash. My little man in black.
Mr. Cash.
He really wants to chew holes in that. Is why we're telling
you
him
know
he
what?
can't
He
have
can
it.
he can have it. I don't care.
Well,
He can play with it. You know what? There's nothing a needle and thread can't fix.
This is true.
Very
This is
true.
And if it makes him happy,
It this morning.
remember,
is making him
I'm
very
not
happy.
adulting today, so anyone
Today is
could
the
do
day.
anything today because I'll be like,
Today is the
there
day.
is no in my vocabulary
Yep.
today. It's go.
Okay, so is adulting going to do a introduction of herself?
I can.
Yes.
I am your resident cow. Moo.
Resident.
That was it. I'm a cow. I can't say anything else. Moo.
She's just chewing her cud.
Moo.
She's chewing her cud over there, yeah.
Moo, moo, moo. No, I'm Tori. I'm the I'm usually the producer.
But after her long ass trip, it's just she's not doing it. She said no.
And my name's Tori. Some people know me as Victoria with a K, people with a K. I do know how to spell my name. When I was a journalist, I cannot tell you how many times I got emails from people saying they misspelled your name in the news.
Well, of course they did.
And I'm like, no, they spelled it with a K. But I was being told by viewers and readers
they
and
got it
everything
right,
else
but-
That it was wrong. You just didn't know.
you misspelled your name. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I know how
I
to
know
spell
how to
my-
spell my name.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you don't know how to spell
I'm
my
sorry.
name.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not my fault that you don't know how to spell my name that I spelled out for you that I have had my entire life.
Oh, and then when I covered a lot of the Trump stuff, because obviously I like going by Victoria because it's very professional. And so all my press stuff says Victoria.
yeah.
And I got accused by, I don't remember. I think it was somebody on MSNBC or CNN back at CPAC or whatever that I was a Russian spy, a Russian collusionist because my name was spelled with a K.
So you're Russian.
I'm like, that's the automatic qualifier for being Russian spy.
I mean, there's a lot of
You just
Russian
have to-
spies then because if you have a K in your name,
Well, I think it's the Victoria, but it
Oh.
was spelled with a K that I must be Russian. And I'm like, okay.
I guess if that's what you want to go
If
with.
that's what the classification is, all right. But anyway, I am mom to our special forces and our forces because I have a son that's a Marine and now federal marshals. He was in special forces for the Marines when he was in the Marines, and I have a son that is a Marine. and I have a son that works in the corporate world, and very proud of all three of them. They're amazing. And I have 3 beautiful granddaughters, and from one of my sons, and I have 1 beautiful granddaughter from my oldest son, and that's it. And I have an amazing husband.
Where I kissed him, his little goatee is red. Sorry.
Her husband was down here just until right before we started airing,
Yeah.
fixing cords and making sure it was good. And
The ears that Greta hasn't had since we've been
Since you
gone.
left.
Yeah.
I can hear.
Yeah.
woohoo!
Except for when she stole Elisa's seat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alicia,
yeah.
I stole your seat.
Well, it just seemed
or no, wasn't it you,
You
that
stole my
tried to-
seat.
You stole my seat.
Yeah. It was just easier. Like we knew everything worked right there, and I could be in the light. But look, I have light today.
She does, she looks-
I'm not in the dark.
Yeah, you look so light.
Yeah, he fixed the lighting.
Glowing.
It was the aperture on the camera.
Yeah.
So he fixed that
Gotcha.
too. See, this is why you have to have your tech guy.
Yes.
You know, because they really do help. Anyway.
Alicia, who are
I'm
you?
Alicia. I'm girl mom. I have 5 girls.
What was it? She has a boatload.
Boatload.
A ton. What did you say yesterday?
usually call them
She's
a
got a
gaggle.
ton of kids.
Oh, it was I don't know, maybe it was a ton of kids or a bunch of kids.
Yeah, something
Her,
like
her
that.
bunch of kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Bunch
was
of
cute.
kids.
It was cute.
It is funny. We have an all-girl mom and an all-boy
All boy
mom.
mom.
I'm an all boy.
And you're an
mom, too.
all-boy mom.
Right, right.
Yeah, because I mean,
And an
I-
all girl
boy mom.
granddaughters.
I'm a boy mom.
I do.
am.
I do have 2 step daughters.
Right, right.
But I have 3 boys.
Yes.
Well, technically, I have 3 girls, and then I have a stepdaughter, and then I have an adopted daughter. So
Yeah, I mean, I call them all my kids.
Right,
I mean,
right.
when people ask if we have kids, I go, yeah, we have 7.
Yeah.
And that's
I
the way it
don't
should
I don't separate them out like that. you
Right,
know?
right.
I mean, I do if I'm doing something like this where it's, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm not going to be hurtful to someone else. You know, like their mom is their mom, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to be like I'm their mom.
Yeah.
be. But it's still it is your daughters.
But they're still my kids.
Yeah.
Like when you were your exchange students or your
They're my
exchange
daughters.
daughters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, Emma, 1,000% is our daughter. Like 1,000. I mean, she's already been back for 1 visit. She'll be back in a few more months, and we're trying to figure out how to get her to come back like for 6 months at a time. I think I'm gonna submit a request for a J1 visa for her to work for my company.
okay.
I mean, since I legit have and she really would be working. I told her, I said, if I do that,
Yeah.
you really
You
have
really
to
have to work.
You have to work.
Like
it's not a free ride. You need to
I
earn your
will
keep.
I will give you certain hours and stuff that I need done, but it's a way for her to be over here in the US for 6 months at a
Yeah.
time, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll follow the laws and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
good stuff. But literally I could use the help and she could use the visit here, and I think she'll move here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just totally I told you I wasn't adulting today, and it's not very adult, or it's more childlike to steal people's, you
To
know.
hijack their conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Tori, stop. No, no. No.
Go in the corner.
Yeah, you sit in
you
the
have to
corner.
switch with Greta. Because hers was the dark corner. Now it's a light corner.
Now, you know, when you sit over here, it's a bit blinding.
It is a little blinding, especially with the glasses and everything's kind of like glary.
It's
We
like,
moved that
I
like
guess
closer to
I
me
could
one
do
day, and I was
this.
like,
I was like,
I
do you
can't see
need 'em to be
nothing.
reading
I just
anything?
love it.
No, I'm not. Well, I can see Alicia really well. I can see Greta really well.
And I'm a blur.
You're kind of there. I can fully see you, but you're just kind of more like 2.
A little blurry.
Well,
Look
there's
at you
2.
doubled.
Hey, I doubled. I was gonna say I don't want to see you through your cup.
2 for the price of
look through the
2 for the price of
The
1 over
handle.
there.
You look like you feel a lot better.
I do. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That shot in the ass did the trick.
Yeah, those are the best. I
Those are
kind
the
of
best.
traumatized my kid once.
Don't
with
tell
one of
men that
those.
that's what makes you better.
Yeah, we're not
Let
going
me
there.
rephrase that. The
Bum, bum.
steroid that they put in my butt cheek.
Where's the noisemaker?
Bum, bum.
Which one?
It's those big buttons.
That's the intro.
Hey!
Those
Need to
hurt my
label
ear.
these.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, say that again.
Don't tell men.
Yeah.
Except for during the worst of COVID, I had a cold, went to the doctor. They gave me the shot in the butt, but I caught COVID at the doctor's office.
That's so gross.
Okay, so just out of curiosity here, who has been vaccinated or from COVID?
I had the shots. I had to for my job.
So forced vaccination.
Well,
Did you want to
yeah.
get vaccinated?
either way, I don't care.
You didn't care. Okay.
No, she's like the chemist. I'll just take everything.
Yeah.
Better living through chemistry. I told you. I'm a very big believer. I know Greta's like, all natural, oils. Holistic.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
over
mean-
here like taking the Tylenol, the Excedrin, the Alka-Seltzer.
I'm like, I'm not your test subject for your indoctrination and your 666 on the forehead.
Oh, I'll take it. Let's go. Give me the experimental. Is it gonna make me taller? Let's go. Shoot it right on my butt. Let's go.
But now I did have post COVID, and I had a headache from middle of January to the middle of February. To the middle of May.
I had
For constant 24/7
Yeah.
post COVID.
When my husband when my husband caught it, he's not one of the sick husband types. He'll be throwing up like purple goo and have a fever of 105, or green. He'll be
okay. That's
Green-
called.
Death.
That's called post-mortem.
Well, I mean, he'll be
I mean,
like
green
really,
death and 105.
right. He'll be spewing like The Exorcist, the green, and
That's
his head
called
spinning.
the starter rigor mortis.
Right. But he's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I got this. I can do this. Hell of a broken arm, bone sticking out. He's like, it's cool. Put a Band-Aid on it. Wrap it up.
Oh,
We're good.
I'm so that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he's that way. But
Duct
COVID,
tape, man. Duct
yes,
tape will fix
COVID put him down. I've never seen this man nap in 20 years of marriage. Never once saw him nap. He napped for days. Couldn't get anything done.
Okay, I got COVID 5 times.
So yeah,
Diagnosed 5 times?
Yeah. And the first time.
him too.
The
have
first
2.
time was
I've never been diagnosed.
so bad.
Well,
I nearly died from it. My husband would have to I would pass out on the floor. Like he had to literally pick me up and get me back into the room. I couldn't sleep at all laying down. I slept in a chair upright for like 6 weeks or so.
That was him. He was sleeping on the couch, sitting up.
I came in and I would give myself like those steam things in the shower, trying to clear things out. And
Yes.
I told my husband, because as soon as I saw what they were doing, I'm like, they're killing people. Like I was a medic. It's a known fact that when you put people, we used to say goodbye when you put them on a ventilator, because most people do not come back from a ventilator because, and it's a really weird thing, but there's 2 reasons why. One is because your body forgets to breathe for itself. 2, infection.
Yeah.
So 99% of the time, like it's a known thing in the medical world that if they go on a ventilator, they never go home. And so I was like, why are
people have DNRs.
I'm like, why are they putting everybody on a ventilator like right away?
Yeah.
Like this is so stupid. And the whole glove thing and the whole mask thing. I mean,
already went over
part
that.
was stupid. But I told Steve, I said, you are not to take me to the hospital unless I've been unconscious for 12 hours. I do not, because I will not, I do not agree to be putting on a ventilator.
Right. Have you read the studies though that these young kids that had gotten the vaccinations, they're having heart attacks?
Oh yeah, they're having heart attacks. They're having
a
all
lot of
sorts
pilots
things.
and a lot of they're having heart attacks while they're flying.
Yeah.
Well, and I have.
I mean, that's how he's hearing, because with the army, and that's the news he hears.
Right. Well, I have
Nurses, yes,
yeah,
heart attacks,
yeah, exactly.
just dropping down.
I have never been the same though.
no,
Like my medical, my body has never really recovered
Recovered.
from it. I was asked to be in a study for long-term effects because I mean, for, let's see, I got it and I think I had it before also.
I have a story about that.
I'm sure I had it before. And I think I just still had it when I got it officially.
Right.
Which was so funny. Like, I went and got tested. And they tell you, stay home until you get the results, just in case, blah, blah, blah. And they called me like 6 weeks later. It was like 2 weeks later that I was positive.
Right.
And then they said, somebody will be calling you to follow up because we need to do the tracer thing. 6 weeks later, they call and they say, can you give us all the... I'm like, no. 6 weeks later, you want me to remember where the fuck I've been and who the
I don't
fuck
remember
I
what
talked
I was
to?
doing yesterday.
I'm like, you're a day late and adult. This is not how you stop an infection in its tracks.
Yeah.
Like, let's 6 weeks later, I could have been to the moon.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Right?
I mean, like,
Yeah.
like,
I don't
come
know
on.
where I was. I don't keep track.
Like, come on.
Come on now.
This is stupid.
Right.
I
So-
had the antibodies test done when I couldn't get rid of the headache. Like we were about 2 months in. I pulled it up. 1 to 80 was normal on antibodies. Mine was 196.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you can't. There was nothing you could do. There was
Right.
nothing I could do to get rid of those headaches.
Well, and then my taste and oh my god, everything tasted rotten.
Oh yeah.
For
It's
for
like
years.
cardboard.
I never got that.
No,
luckily.
no, not cardboard. It tasted like it was
Rotted.
rotted.
Oh, that's so bad. That's
Every-
even worse.
Everything. It did not matter what it was. I was Greta for a while. It took me like 3 years before I could eat an egg again.
Oh, well,
Because it
that
was-
has nothing to do with
Yeah.
COVID. But
No, but COVID made me like that because
Yeah.
I saw them and I was like, nope. Milk, sour, every single thing. I would have to give Steve, taste this, and he had to tell me it wasn't bad, and I would have to eat with my nose plugged. And the only thing I don't understand is, like, I could not eat. I could not stand food. Everything was disgusting. Everything smelled and tasted rotten for 2.5 years. What the fuck?
Why am I not
I mean, I
anorexic
literally
right now?
did, my husband's like, no joke, she was not eating. Like, I would have to force her to eat because I was not eating.
Right.
I was so disgusted.
You have the same body type as me. When I go, my body goes into starvation mode. When I try and diet, and they're like, "Oh, you're dying. We have no food. We need to starve for the winter. Let's pack on all the fat."
Yeah. I mean,
Thanks, body.
like I was like, you'd think I would have lost 2 pounds.
Anything.
No. I didn't
Yeah.
lose a fucking thing.
No.
Sicker than shit for
Yeah,
like
no,
a
I
year and
gotta-
a half.
it's
Couldn't eat for
itchy
3
or I don't know.
years. And it was like legitly 3 years. The reason I even can taste food now is because I watched a TikTok on how to get your taste back.
I saw
And
that.
I was like,
I sent it to a friend.
I was like, okay, I don't know. And she said her grandmother had cancer, and when she was doing the treatments for it, her doctor prescribed or recommended take alpha lipoic acid that you can get over the counter. It's just a vitamin technically.
Yeah.
And take that and take it 2 or 3 times a day, and you'll get your taste buds back because the radiation kills your taste buds too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she did the TikTok, and she's like, so I did what my grandma said, and it worked. So I started taking alpha lipoic acid in like late 2023, and within, I think it took about 6-8 weeks, and I was suddenly like, even my favorite foods, like I love guacamole, avocados. Blech. No, nothing. And all of a sudden I ate something and I was like,
If I can't eat, just kill me.
I could do it.
I
can
nearly
do it.
started crying because
Aw.
like I could taste the food and it didn't make me want to vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
My headaches
apologize.
was like
I don't know what's going
my
on.
My headaches
over
were
here.
like a hangry. Like
Did
it
you get
wasn't
a
a
hair
bad
in your eye?
headache. It was
I don't
just
think so.
hangry. So
It just went blurry for a
I
minute.
ate a lot.
And then it started like, when it
but,
gets dry and
you
it
know,
gets
because-
itchy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what my body. Even the doctor said, she was like,
Well, you have
"Just eat."
allergies
Like,
too, though.
Yeah.
Like if we can't
I don't know, but
get rid of these headaches, just
it is
eat. Goody
fine.
powders didn't work. Nothing. Like
Oh, the goody powder didn't
I had
work?
24/7 headache. I would lay my head down at night, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and be like, "Crap, it's still there."
Damn
and,
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
From January till May.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather like hate food and it gross me out than have a headache for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, it wasn't a bad one. It was just that little hangry.
It's just that little.
Yes.
Yeah, I would rather like.
It was.
I mean, I wish I would have lost some weight over.
I know, right? But
we tested all of my, my vitamin levels. They were perfect. We tested all, they like I said,
I think
we did
they
the
messed up all
antibodies.
the
And yeah, there was no other. My antibodies so high because I didn't test positive. I didn't go back to the doctor. I just knew I had got COVID at the doctor's office. Not going back. Like I'm sicker. This is what's going on symptom wise. But the antibodies proved that yes, definitely I had it.
Well, and then when they were like, "Oh, you need to get the vaccination," I'm like, "No." Oh, so this is funny. So, think about our healthcare professionals, right? Nurses, doctors. They're supposed to have seen it all, dealt with it all, be strong and courageous, and handle it all, right? I went to the hospital because I've had like 2 or 3 bouts of it, but it was like having a stroke. I'm just sitting there. We were driving over the hill from Reno to Tahoe, and I can recall it all. Like I knew what was happening, but I couldn't respond. And all of a sudden, my mouth just opened up, and I started drooling.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't talk. I couldn't do any, and I like froze up. And my husband's driving, and he's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I literally was catatonic. I could not respond to him. I couldn't do anything. And he had 2 thoughts: hurry up or pull over. And he chose hurry up because I was still breathing. Get me to the hospital.
Right.
And and it lasted about 2.5, 3 minutes. Like it was scary.
That is
It was
terrifying.
so scary. And then, so we went to eat, and I was like, "I'm fine. I feel better." I said, "I don't know what it was. It was fine." And I mean, I already knew I had COVID, so I didn't know if it was just something from COVID. And then we went home, and the next morning, I called him, and I said, "Something's wrong. Something's wrong. You need to come get me and take me to the hospital."
Right now.
He knew something's wrong because if I say, "Come take me to the hospital," something's wrong.
Right. That's my husband.
Yeah.
Bad.
And he came and got me, took me to the hospital. My blood pressure was tanked. Like it was like 76 over or something.
No.
Yeah, it was like tanked. My pulse rate was running in the 40s and 50s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like on death's door. And so
Were you the color of paper?
yeah, pretty much. And I was in really bad shape. So obviously they admitted me.
Yeah.
Thought it was cardiac. They weren't sure. Still to this day don't know what happened. But the whole point of this is the nurses and doctors are supposed to be the professionals. They've seen it all. They've dealt with it all. They're supposed to be the calm ones, right? Like, it's okay. We'll get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Don't worry
We'll figure
about
it out. We will fix you. We're going to take good care of you.
A nurse came into my room, and he was, just a normal nurse, came in. A few minutes later, I literally hear him, because I kind of already could recognize his voice. He is literally in the hall going, "She got COVID. She got COVID. She got COVID. She got COVID." Like in an utter panic.
Calm.
Like calm the
Jeez.
fuck down. So then he came back in my room, and he was my assigned nurse. He comes back in my room like he's going to the moon. Like he's in full gear with the oxygen thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I said, "Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm
Do
not
not
doing
come
this.
in my room. You are not to treat me.
done.
I don't want anything to do with you."
Yeah, you need
at
to
all.
leave.
Because that person's not going to give me good care.
No,
He's worried about
scared
him.
to death.
He's
That's right.
worried about himself and he's scared to death.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of my room. I
Right.
don't want you to come back in here.
If
And
you're that scared, then you need to start doing
then
that.
you need to go get another job.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be okay, so if you're gonna be there and you know it's COVID or whatever, just do the whole gear, but be like, okay, look, this is what's going on, and this is why I have to protect myself so I can take care of you. I mean, explain it like that. Don't freak out. Be like, oh, she's got COVID, and I'm freaking out.
Especially when I could hear him out in the hall,
Right.
freaking the fuck out, and I'm like, that dude. Like he was in full panic mode,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, you're not the one I want treating
Was
me."
he new or something?
No, he was the head nurse.
Oh my. Ew.
Are you kidding me? He
That's
was the head
gross.
nurse. So
No,
of
thank
course
you.
they had to
That's
call
crazy.
the head nurse, the one over all the nurses in the. And I'm like, if he comes back in my room, I swear to God, I will stab him with a needle. And she's
Not
like,
a needle, a scalpel, bigger.
well, they don't leave
They don't-
scalpels
they
in,
don't
but
know.
leave
I
needles.
could probably find a needle.
You could pull the one out of your arm.
Well, that's plastic. That
I
won't
know.
really do much of anything.
Hold on, let me think. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna
Oh,
get
there's
it.
usually
There's something.
We
You know
can
what?
throw the remote at them and hit them upside the head.
There's most of the time, if they have prep stuff sitting over there that they're going to give you in a little while, they'll
There's a
leave a
needle.
needle. They'll leave a fucking needle. I'll find a goddamn needle. But
I'll take this bed apart and hit you with the bed rail.
exactly, I will do so. And she just kind of
Don't
looks
start.
at me like, and I said, no, that's not a threat. So you don't
It's
need
a
to call.
promise.
You don't need to call the authorities or anything.
It's a promise.
It's a promise. And she's like, okay,
near
he
me
won't
again.
come back. And then I told her, and she's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. Like he was in. I said, that freaked me out more than, because I didn't even know I had COVID yet.
Yeah.
I mean, according to their test.
Right.
Yeah.
And this was after I'd already had COVID before and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And so, of course, they're like, you need to get the vaccination. And I said, no. I said, I have autoimmune disease. So I am higher on that spectrum. I'm overweight. I already had COVID at this point, maybe 3 times. I'm not taking your vaccine because I have no idea what it's going to do to me. Like,
you had antibodies because you were building antibodies because you had it.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, no, you're not giving me your test subject contraption.
Yeah, right. It's my youngest is the only one out of the whole family that has not been vaccinated.
Now, I honestly still to this day, I believe that it was a test of the emergency how much can they take system.
Probably.
I mean, I definitely say it was man-made because
Oh,
with
100%.
with that long headache that I had,
I'm with
you
I'm with
wouldn't
Trump.
you would not get that from
No.
just a normal
Nor-
virus.
I'm with Trump. It
No.
came from China.
Yeah. like there was it was not just a normal.
And I think the way our government responded to it was just to see how much compliance we would do. Mm-hmm. Like when you're told to do something,
Right.
how compliant will the people be?
Yeah.
And sadly, there was a large majority of people. And it especially affected me when I saw them going into places of worship and arresting people.
Oh yeah, that was
You know, when
that
they're
was bullshit.
arresting preachers and people for gathering, I'm like, you know, and Tampon Tim literally letting officers shoot residents. You guys heard about that, right? Yeah, he armed. I mean, granted, they were armed with paint pellets,
Those
things.
hurt.
but
Those hurt real bad.
but they were going up and down the streets, get back in your house, and if the people wouldn't do it, they were shooting at them. And there's video, there's all sorts of evidence of them doing that.
Somebody on Facebook wants to know if you're sure that you went or that you weren't at Osceola Regional Hospital. Worst hospital in the country.
That's my mom. That's my mom. Because
I
they
could
took
have
my
been.
dad there at one point when during his last few,
Santa.
His Santa, yes, the Santa. They took him there, and it was such bullshit. They treated him like crap.
Well,
It's in South Florida.
I will tell you that part of the reason that we did not go to the hospital when it happened, and my husband, you know, because he was really worried, And he's like, I think we really need to go get checked. I'm like, we're in the state of California. I'm not stepping foot in one of their hospitals right now because they were one of the worst states for what they were doing to people with COVID. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to a hospital in the state of California. Once we got home and the next day I knew there was something really wrong. Cause I mean, like I knew I knew I was dying. So, and to this day, they don't even know what it was.
That's insane.
Don't have any
Not
clue.
COVID related, but my little girl, Hennessy, when she was like 18 months or so, we had gone to the doctor because she broke out with like almost looking like chicken pox on her. Mm-hmm. And it started like in her diaper rash area, and then it was like going down her legs and up her belly. And they were like, oh, well, it's just hand, foot, and mouth. And they didn't have anything on her hands and her mouth. But she started to like, her mouth got super swollen and the bumps went everywhere and she got a fever. And then she was drooling on herself because she couldn't close her mouth. So we went to Huntsville Women and Children's Center and they quarantined her. But this was in like, I don't know, 2015, 2016, maybe the beginning of 2016. And they had us in quarantine for 3 days running all kinds of tests. And the only thing that they could come up with was herpes. Somebody had kissed her and had herpes on them, and that did that to her little.
And
body.
then, like her touching it, because
Her little hand's not.
even the one that's not the sexually transmitted, and
Yeah,
it's
the cold
it's
sore
the
one.
whatever they call it, her simplex,
Herpes simplex 1 or
simplex
something
2
like
or
that.
simplex 14. I don't know.
Yeah. But
I've
the
had-
cold sore kind.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is funny. It's gross.
And that's probably what she got. Somebody that had a
Yeah.
cold sore probably kissed
Her because it spreads. If you
spreads
get it
and-
right here and you don't get it going away, you'll find it's everywhere. It'll
Yeah.
cover you. So I've had that my entire life. Like I've had it my entire life. I've gotten it. If I'm stressed, I get it. If I'm in the sun, I get it.
Yeah.
Too much wind, I get it.
You breathe too hard. You blink too much.
I've tried every single thing out there, including some holistic, some over the internet, how to cure it kind of things. Tried everything. I have found the cure for it, at least for me. And it's disgusting. People will be like, oh my God, I cannot believe you do that. But it happened by accident. I had a really bad one on my lip, and it had taken over this whole corner and all the way around. I had like one spot here and one spot here that did not have it, and it was painful.
I bet.
Every time you open your mouth, it rips.
Yeah, I was in so much pain. And all of a sudden, Charlotte, my service dog, she was sitting next to me and she was sniffing my mouth and she just started licking the crap out of it. And it hurt really bad, but like it was also soothing. So I puckered up and let her lick the shit out of it. It was gone the next day. Like all of it, gone.
Huh.
And you know, have you guys had that before, any of you?
No.
So
don't have
if you get it, like the day before it pops out, you'll start getting this tingling sensation in your lip.
So my
Or-
stepdad always said,
Yeah, you knew it was coming because you got like this weird tingling sensation.
That's weird.
And then the next day, boom, you'd have one. And if you didn't do something or get the right medicine on it right away, it would just take over.
He took
Yeah.
Lysine when he would feel
I
it.
take
when he would feel it coming on, he would go
10,000 milligrams of Lysine
Lysine.
because it's supposed to be like that's one of the main ingredients in any of the chapsticks or anything for it. And now, as soon as I feel it tingling, I come, Charlotte, and I open the area, lick, and she will lick it. It never comes out.
Huh.
It never comes out. I call it magic spit. I'm like, Charlotte, come bring me your magic spit. It's disgusting to let your dog just
That's what they do.
Go
to
to town-
themselves
go
whenever
to
they
town
have
on my
sex or whatever,
lips,
but
Yeah.
they heal themselves from it.
exactly.
So that makes sense.
So
And their mouths are cleaner than humans.
Their mouths are cleaner than humans.
they I have read the
Cats
thing
are
where
not,
the
dogs are.
myth about that, and I'm like, okay, technically, the studies are right. They're not cleaner than humans because they do lick their butts,
Only for a brief
but
moment.
they have different enzymes
Right.
that are more healing, so they quickly absorb and it's gone.
And
so,
their mouths don't hold bacteria because their
and
teeth,
ours do.
Yeah, our teeth are pitted kind of, and so we're like cats, for example. But dogs are completely smooth, so they don't hold bacteria.
Yeah, and
My cousin got cat scratch. Legit got
I
cat
have
scratch
too.
fever. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a real thing until I had it.
Yeah, I didn't
Well,
either.
and it.
I got turtle scratched.
Oh,
I was cleaning my turtles and they were not happy. So, I mean, I washed it, but I wanted to be part of the scratch. The scratch story. I got turtle scratch. I got it. It's right
Picture
here.
the turtle like going, no!
Well, because they do like this with their feet.
Have you put a Matchbox car under your turtle?
No, but I
And
need
let-
to because I
Oh,
have
I've
one
seen
that.
videos of that. It's so funny.
So one of my turtles got shell rot.
Oh,
And they normally don't come back from that. I don't know how but the vet shaved down her shell real hard till like down to where it was like white. And that's all their whole body, so there's no like
yeah.
yeah.
you go whatever. But yeah, and it would bleed, and she said the bleeding was good because it just like a regular cut, it was
Yeah.
new stuff. So we put lotion on. We had dry docker for like 3
Lotion.
weeks. It was insane.
We always bring up lotion.
Lotion.
That's one of our regular
Did
subjects.
Diddy
It
have a
is.
turtle?
Probably.
Hey, that was oil, not lotion.
Yeah.
But so it was
Put the
like
lotion
an antibiotic cream that we put on her. Had a dry docker. It took her like a few days to get what is it called?
Acclimated?
Yes, to the water, like to balance.
right. Yeah, because they can't go straight into something.
Yes. So she would go. She would kind of float and tip, and we'd have to kind of poke her and keep her regular.
Oh.
So we had to keep an eye on her. But it was so insane because now you can't even see it. That was a year ago, and you can't even tell
can't
where
tell.
she got the
And now
shell rut.
now she's all better.
Yeah, the shots I think kind of messed her up a little bit because one of her arms isn't as strong as the rest. So if you see her walking, she's like, boom.
Okay, so you go to
I
the
feel like we are
Ba-doom.
to
soulmates.
the
I'm slow like a turtle. and I got that left leg that's fused, you
well,
know?
and,
So-
and if I'm on
I
my
need to
back,
meet
it
your
is
turtle.
like trying to get up.
yeah. Yeah.
You need to go to the store, like Walmart, in the toy section, and get the miniature skateboards.
I do
Ooh.
the
'Cause-
tech decks.
Yeah,
we might have some still. My son was into it.
it would fit like perfectly on the little body.
Yeah.
And then it's physical therapy.
It is. I think it is.
Yeah.
And when we take them out, we block them off in the little front room, and they kind of like mill around, and they kind of like. Doom, 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 doom,
And
you know?
if you put it where you kind of put it where it's his half of his body, and the one leg that's strong is up and can't go down, then he has to use the other one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We've been working on making a turtle playground in our front room forever, but we can't find. We have like an idea of what we want, but we can't find like the right tools or the right like a fence because they can't. They have the nails, so they'll climb.
Yeah.
But we have to have something to border them, and we want like a spot on this side, a spot on this, and a little bridge. But we need it enough that we can get into where the tank is to clean them. So we're having
Yeah.
a hard time with it. But they are so cute. They're actually getting really big.
Have you
They're-
thought about just using cardboard and making a cardboard castle? kind of
Yeah,
thing?
we've thought about it. Maybe after Christmas, we'll.
You're like, that's just a
extra
lot of
props.
work.
it's a lot of
though.
work. But when we got them, I mean, they were teeny. They were like little bitty things. But now they're. I measured them, and the shell. Their shell is now like the size of my palm,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
which
okay.
isn't really big, but big for
Well, it's
baby turtles. They're only 3 years old, so
well, I mean, different types of turtles grow to different sizes.
yeah,
Obviously.
they'll grow to the size of their tank.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a 125-gallon tank right now.
I mean, that's the reason why turtles live so long. There's turtles that are 125,
Oh, yeah.
150 years old or something. Yeah, that's pretty
Jonathan.
cool.
He's the
Yeah,
oldest
yeah.
living turtle.
How old is he now?
170 something.
I thought it
think.
was like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a tortoise. They live real long. If you get a tortoise, that is a generational family pet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not just you. That's a few generations.
you
Your
gotta- you gotta
grandkids
know
are
who
gonna be
you're gonna
raising
pass
that
it
thing.
down.
Yeah.
Well,
my.
speaking of the generational family pets for things that are living,
Yeah.
I have a real, I don't know what the word is for it, animosity towards people who think pets are disposable.
Yes.
Ew. No,
Like-
thank you. I
like-
hate
I
those
agree.
people.
Like
I agree.
I agree.
I have to move out of my apartment and I can't keep my dog.
Get a different apartment.
I'm the person who will type in, well, I'm looking for a 7-year-old daughter. Do you have one of those? Because like you're giving away your kids, so
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, is she available?
Yeah,
Because
right.
I've only had boys. I'd love to have a daughter
Yeah,
from a
yeah,
young
yeah.
age. You know, oh, yours is 4. I'll take her. You know, like, I mean,
Yeah.
if this is how we're dealing, but that's my
I can't imagine like giving him up. Like no.
like. I would live in my car with my dog before I would give my dog away.
Chloe doesn't like a specific dog that we have at the moment because this one gets very nervous and pees on her carpet in her bedroom. So she's like, I just want to get rid of her and then we can get a new dog. It's like, hell no.
That's
That
not
is
an option.
not how it works.
It doesn't matter if you like
See,
it or not or whatever.
You said that's Chloe?
Yeah.
Okay, Chloe, you go with the dog. Because that's how that works.
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
can't- you don't
we're gonna
just-
take you to the animal shelter, not
You
the
don't
dog.
just get rid of a dog because you just want to
It's
get rid of a dog
inconvenient.
and to get a new dog. No.
Yeah.
that happens so much. Oh,
It
we
does.
don't like this breed. We want this breed.
And we don't like its behavior.
Yeah.
Well,
And everybody
train
does
it.
it for Christmas.
Train it.
Train it. Teach it a new behavior.
There are
don't get pets
trainers
for Christmas.
There are trainers everywhere. Let
Because
a trainer
by
take care
Easter
of
they're
it.
gone.
Well, like
Yeah.
last night when we got home, and we'll go into what
Says
all
the,
happened.
says the girl who was feeding the bunnies wood pellets.
Instead of regular pellets.
Oh no! That's so funny. It is funny. I mean, you got to find the humor in it. 'Cause
Yeah.
that is funny.
No idea.
In her defense, there were pellets for the bunnies in a drawer.
Yeah,
And
and
they
I
were-
held some up to the little critter in the cage, and he ate it. So I was like, "Ooh, this must be food."
And the other food pellets are in a drawer. So
She wasn't technically wrong.
no.
No.
I also think I put their food in their litter pan. I think I put their hay in their litter pan.
Well, that's fine. They pull their hay out of their hay feeder and throw it in their. That's why their hay feeders are next to their litter, because bunnies will eat and poop. So if you keep and they have to constantly eat. So the most they eat is hay. So you almost always either put it in their litter box or next to it so that
Okay,
they
so
will
that
sit
wasn't
there and
too
eat.
much of a
So
problem.
that one was
That's better than the
normal.
wood pellets.
But I don't even know where I was going with this.
I understand the whole concept of it. It's just I understand how it happened. It's hilarious.
It's
Yes.
hilarious because
Did you know that turtles eat their own poop because it's good for their digestive
yeah,
system?
yeah,
I did
yeah.
not know that.
Well, did you know that bunny poop is like amazing for your garden?
I did. I have heard that. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
either.
there's like enzymes or something in it. My niece is has her master's in horticulture, agriculture, whatever from
Agriculture.
Hawaii. So she's the one that gives me, hi Alexa, Alexis. Yeah, don't even say my name right, Auntie. Well, I usually call her Lex. So like when you're half saying her, and I was like, I changed it right in the middle of it. But anyway, I always go to her like, what can I do? What is good to put in my stuff? Like all your coffee grounds, your eggshells, and turns out bunny poop. Not the bunny pee, just the poop.
Just the poop.
Yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that whole thing.
Well, we were talking
don't
about
know.
giving away animals and
Oh yeah,
and-
giving away animals and stuff.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just think it's disgusting. It doesn't
It is.
matter.
It's nasty.
You know, I mean,
I agree.
I at times I get a little aggravated with the bunnies because sometimes they can be a lot.
Right.
But at the same time, like they're my bunnies. I'm not just going to get rid of them because they're an inconvenience. You know,
Right.
that's
Right.
if you committed to doing. Oh yeah, the dog's fighting. You know, we came home last night or this morning. It was 3 a.m. We have had a horrific week.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into
At the
that.
least.
It was exhausting. Driving all night because we were not stopping. We
Yeah, we're not
wanted
doing
to
that.
get home.
Yeah.
Now remember, we flew out of Nashville.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, I burped in the microphone. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear.
We flew out of Nashville a week ago tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it was Friday.
It was Friday.
morning.
Yeah.
So it was nearly a week.
Yeah, we flew out of Nashville Friday. So where did we have to go on our way back? We had to make sure we went to the Nashville
your car.
airport and get the car. Which should have been like $20 or $30. It was $180.
Had y'all been parked in the long-term parking?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like not the overnight parking because you thought you was going to be right back? Or
Well,
the
I mean,
2 day?
technically, it's the $20 or $30 a day.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, we didn't plan for it to be a week. We planned for it to be 24 hours. So
Right.
it's not that. If I knew in advance that we were going for a week,
You would have had somebody drop
I
you
would
off.
have asked one of you guys. I'll
Right.
pay you the money. Just drive us
drop.
to Nashville and come back. You know that because we knew we were going there to pick up a vehicle.
Yeah.
So by the time we get there, of course, we're exhausted. Now I have to drive another hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes. And then we get home and our dogs are at that very agitated state. They love each other to death. But at the same
It's
time,
like children when you're stuck in the
Yeah.
same area for so long
and he's wanting the attention from his dad, and his dad is his dad. He wants his attention. She doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. And we can see it's about to like pop off.
Yeah.
So we put him in kennels. We bring him back. It's continuing. We're like, I said, you know what? Go take him out by the pool. Because our philosophy is if two dogs aren't going to get along, introduce them to each other next to the pool. Because if they start a fight, throw them in the pool. Because they can't fight and swim.
True. It's one or the other.
It's one or the other. So it's safer for you. It's safer for them, you know, that kind of thing. So he's got the hose ready and we bring him back in. Sure enough, they continue with and I said, I don't think we're giving him long enough. And I said, you know what? I need to go down and check the bunnies. Just make sure all is good. I said, I know Alicia's taking good care of them.
Yeah,
but I'm going to go down and
Hey,
check.
I know what? They're alive. They are alive.
I'm going to go down
Okay,
and check
are
on
alive.
them. And
They're going to be pooping splinters, but it's okay.
And I said they probably need their litter boxes changed because I did tell Alicia, don't do that. Don't worry about it. I'll do it when I get back. And I got back and I was like, oh, damn right. They needed their litter boxes changed. And then I found out they were eating wood. So I was like, yeah, it's probably a good thing that I had to come down here. But that took a little time. And by the time we got all done, I went back upstairs. They're still in the yard frolicking and playing and having a good time. Then they came in and they went to bed.
There you go. There it is.
You know?
They just needed more time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Jethro was definitely missing y'all because he kept jumping on the bed and then would stay on the bed and wouldn't come back off.
Oh, he scared the shit out of the nurse yesterday. She wouldn't come in. No. He snarled and growled at her at the door.
So he got down here one morning. Alicia was upstairs with your mom.
Oh, crap.
And I had left the door open knowing she was coming down.
Cash
And
here?
it was the day that
I didn't think to tell her to shut the door because I was
and
letting
it was the day that
no.
Amanda was getting her hair done, and I was sitting over there getting everything cut on, and I kind of looked down and I was like, that was taller than Cash, and I realized it was Jethro.
Did that scare you?
Yes, because I didn't know like how the interaction was
right.
going to be. So I got him,
I'm
and
sure for a second your heart like stopped because like
Yeah.
I don't want my dog hurt.
yeah, I got him, and I got him up, and I put him outside that door, put Cash outside that door, and I was like, "Come on, Jethro," and was going to carry him up the stairs. And he got to the top of the stairs and just like was so, you know, and I was like, okay, I'll just stay down here and you stay at the top of the stairs. We're good. We're good. Like, I
Don't
was
you
like,
come up here. This is my house.
And
Yeah.
he is.
It was a very protective. I
And
was.
he
I
is
wasn't
all
pushing
talk.
that.
Yeah.
Is he?
Okay,
Is
I
all
didn't
He is
know.
all
He is all
talk.
talk.
He is all talk.
But
Because
it's scary.
he is
It's
he is
enough.
very
But
intimidating.
that's what he's supposed to do.
That's what
'cause
he's
this is
supposed
his
to do.
house. He's
Yeah.
supposed to let you know
Yeah,
he's protecting.
Yeah.
Well,
He is
and-
all talk.
And he is. I think also like part of it with all of you and Cash, like he knows all your smells now.
He ignored Cash.
Yeah.
He had nothing. Like had no interest in Cash at all.
So I had 4 bunnies. When we got here, I had 1 because my Cocker Spaniel killed 3 of them. That was part of the reason when we moved here. We had one that I insisted because of the size of our house. We have the lucky capability of the bunnies having their own room down here where the doors can be like there's literally 3 doors to get to the rabbits.
Right.
So even if his name was Bogart, even if Bogart could get down the stairs, I wasn't too worried because he'd have to get through 3 doors.
Yeah.
And Charlotte loves the bunnies. She thinks they're her babies. She wants to kiss them and lick them and cuddle them and play with them.
I think that's what Cash would do.
Jethro don't give a shit that they're even
He's
alive.
like, I don't even know they exist.
He's like,
Whatever,
I don't.
bye.
They're not a cow. I'm not interested. And Bogart would hunt them. He hunts them through the door. Like she can go in there with me and hang out while I clean all up, do all their stuff, and she just chases them around the room and plays with. And they love her. They come right up to her, and they're not scared of her.
Yeah.
Jethro comes in there. He wanders around, and I have to get him out before he starts trying to eat all their poop off the floor because he thinks those are snacks.
Of course he does.
And she's she's enthralled by the hamster. And that is not my hamster. That's Emma's hamster. Emma decided, I want a hamster. And of course, because I'm in love with Emma, and Emma's my new daughter from Denmark, of course she can have a hamster.
Now it's your hamster.
And now it's your
'Cause
hamster.
she was going to take it home at the time.
Y'all want to hear a funny hamster story? This girl decided she was going to get her nephew's hamsters one year for Christmas. Nothing in my life will ever get a live animal again. Well, so I had to go pick the hamsters up. I got them the case, the bedding and all that, and I wrapped all that. And then the morning of Christmas Eve, when we had our Christmas, I went and got the hamsters. They were going to be in the box a little longer than suggested. So I popped a few extra holes in the box, went upstairs, took a shower, came down. One of the hamsters had his head completely out of the box. He had chewed the box up. I'm stuffing wine corks in the holes. Okay.
Please tell me you didn't suffocate these poor
I didn't. I left holes, but the new one, the one that had his head out, there was a wine
Did you
cork.
feed them wood?
Yeah. We stuck a wine cork in that, took some clothespins and clipped them on like some of the other holes. So that way there was still air, but they were going to have to eat through wood, which is a little harder than cardboard. And then I set that box over in a big cardboard box that I had, right? Because I'm like, I mean, if
If
that
they
thing
get out, then they have.
yeah. So, and then I'm driving from Huntsville to Ardmore with this said box with the hamsters in it.
They got out.
And no, they did not.
Okay.
But I heard this blood curdling scream by one of the hamsters as I'm driving. I'm like, did one of them just kill the other one? It could have. So I get to Dad's and I'm like, can I give the boys their gift early? And my stepmom's like, well, I mean, I guess, but one I was like, because it's live. I think one of them may have killed the other. I don't really know.
I need to open the box and I need to find out.
I need to give it to him now.
I need to see if there's blood.
Yeah, and there was. One of the hamsters had bit a hole completely through the other one's ear. There was blood everywhere, all over the hamster.
What?
It was a pretty traumatic day. And I mean, and I'm driving along thinking, has this killed? And still the thought of if they get out, can they get out in my car?
Right.
Like
Are they going to run around? Am I going to crash?
Yeah.
Am I going to squish when I get a pedal?
But yeah, the one had definitely Mike Tyson'd the other one.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness.
Yes.
no.
Well, bunnies are vicious, too. I mean, they are vicious. So I bet that was scary.
It was so traumatic. The one with his head out, I will never forget that look. Like he was completely he was about out of that box.
He
And
was
I'm
like, I'm coming. I'm going to get
what
you.
can I put in there? What can I put in there? And I had a big bowl. At the time, I had a big bowl, like a decorative bowl that I would throw wine corks in. And I was like, yep, that'll work.
That's a good size. There it is.
Hey, that was good thinking, though, when you think about
Wait,
it.
hang on.
I am pretty efficient at fixing things with
Thinking on your feet.
yes.
Yeah.
I can fix most anything with some duct tape. I can.
So
Duct tape fix. What is it? If it doesn't move and it should, WD-40. If it moves and it shouldn't, duct tape.
duct tape.
Exactly. Well, back to my original question. Does that same answer apply to rodents or, like animals that it's not that they don't have feelings, but they respond differently than dogs and cats and horses
If you
and
choose-
cows.
Oh, horses! Now horses they got a lot of feelings. A
Exactly.
lot. Horses
Exactly.
are one of the most loving animals. If you choose to get an animal, that is your animal.
My reason for
to
this
take
is
care of.
I'm really trying to figure out how to get away from giving
hamster?
getting the hamster a new home.
No, I don't want it. I'm good.
No.
Say,
Not-
don't you
not-
look at me.
Not to one of you guys, but
I've had my hamster torture in life. I'm good.
I would never do it to my rabbits because
Yeah.
they are very particular,
well, I
and
mean-
I know it takes a lot of things, and I don't trust people that say, "Oh, I want a rabbit," because
Yeah.
it's usually their 7-year-old who's the one that wants the rabbit, and there's a lot more to a rabbit. A hamster, there really isn't. Like literally, it's
If you find it a good home, I think that's fine because situations change. She's not here anymore. You don't have the love for the hamster. I think situations change. That it's okay. Like
Well, and-
I've had a dog before that I got rid of. It wasn't that I didn't love the dog. It wasn't fair for the dog to be home every day. The dog was an Australian Shepherd. It needed to be out
it
running.
needed to have the
I
right
was young and
environment.
made the mistake of yes, I want that dog, and then it wasn't fair to the dog. And,
Right.
And the dog was an escape artist. It wouldn't stay in a pen outside, so therefore it was locked up in the house all day. Not fair. So I did the whole story of it went to live on a farm happily ever after. I do know the people that it went to, and it did. That was a better situation for
Right.
the dog.
Yeah, I think if you're doing something that's better for the dog and you're not doing it because it's an inconvenience
Yeah.
to you. But like Emma to be fair, she's never had something like that.
Right.
And I told her right at the beginning, you have to handle it every single day.
Yeah.
Because they can very quickly become aggressive if you don't handle them every day. And I mean, like, all the time.
Yep.
They have to be handled or they become aggressive. Turtles are the same way. Reptiles are the same way. Snakes are the same. If you don't handle them, they will become aggressive
Any single
or
man
defensive.
interested in me? If you have a snake, I am not
That's
interested
not gonna
in
happen.
you. I'm not
She
interested.
said that is not going to happen.
Not interested in you. Like
So when we had just had my oldest, when he was newborn, we had a dog that we had gotten on a whim because we weren't thinking. Literally at the very end of my pregnancy, and when we had come home with the baby, we did the blanket smell, all of that for him to get used to him. But he would take the socks off of my oldest, off his feet, and I was like, he's gonna bite his toes. And he was so hyper. I can't remember what kind of dog he was. He was, so, like you said, so hyper. We could not give him the energy because we were new parents to a newborn. So we put it out there, hey, can somebody adopt him free of charge? We give you everything. We just need him to a good home and somebody to take him. And they said, we got a big fence in the backyard and we got older kids. They can take care of him and we'll play with him. And I'm like, done. Let's go. And we never heard a word from them. So I guess it went good.
Well, and I mean the trauma that I went through with Bogart, like my second, Peter was Steve's favorite. Milo was my favorite, and he was like a molten, but they're both called velveteen rabbits. So they have that velvet fur. They're just this, Peter Rabbit right over there.
yeah.
Exactly. And,
Thank you very much, Vanna. Thank you.
thank you, Vanna. I loved Milo. So it was Milo and Peter. And which is a funny story. It's a conservative story. So they're my two gay bunnies. Peter Boykin, he's the president of Gays for Trump, and he is a very close friend of mine. Was my former business partner, and Milo Yiannopoulos, who is the gay commentator, and they're kind of rivals. Those two, Peter and Milo, were kind of rivals. And I don't know, Milo Yiannopoulos is nuts. But anyway, so I named them Peter and Milo because they're my two gay bunnies, but they could not be in a room together because they would fight. So that is Peter and Milo Yiannopoulos. Hey, Peter, if you are watching, hello. Decapitated rabbit. Oh no.
No.
Bogart ate its head.
Ew.
The whole front of his head. What was left were ears. And
Like a chocolate bunny at Easter. You just bite off one of the ears at a time.
pretty much his face and his head. And and then we had and I did
Miss Bloody, you would have loved it.
and I
I
just
wouldn't have minded.
and I dealt with it. She's like, I could mount that.
I got it.
Can you stuff it as is?
Can I, what is it? When you put it in acrylic or whatever?
Yeah.
Just put it in acrylic. I'll put it in the art as a decoration.
Can you resin this?
Yeah, resin,
the
that's
movie
resin.
Hope Floats, remember she made like purses and things out of dead animals?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
You could
was
have a
creepy.
purse.
Yeah,
Yep.
you could have a purse.
I'll do
Well,
it.
it has a place for you to put your stuff. But so, and then I had two, and then I had one, and I vowed everything to protect him from Bogart.
Yeah.
And so we got here, and like literally on our move out here, I had a little blue cage that Peter was in the front seat of the truck with me, and I'm like, I'll take Charlotte, I'll take Jethro. Bogart is not allowed in here. And then when we got to the RV park, and my mom had her RV, and we had ours, I made Bogart stay in the one with my mom.
Oh yeah, that
Because
makes
I'm
sense.
like, I do not want him in ours, because we could be sleeping and he's going to try to knock that cage off the table.
Uh-huh.
He's
And
going to
he's
try to do something to kill that rabbit.
Yeah.
But they're Mausers. Like, you can't really,
They're supposed to.
you
That's
can't
what they're
really
supposed to
get
do.
that. That's what he's
Yeah.
supposed to do. And
Cash, I picked him up and carried him in there the other day because I went to see the bunnies, and I just picked him up and was holding him. And he was so curious. Every morning when we come down the steps, he goes in that room and smells,
He's like-
and then comes back.
oh, they're still in there.
They're still in there. I really want to go
You
play
can
with
just
them.
let
No,
them
they're
out and
still
I'll play
there,
with them.
And he would play with them, I think, but I'm not taking the chance.
He said,
Yeah.
She said
Well,
no. Wanted to
and they're
try
so
that.
used to dogs that, like, they wouldn't run.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be afraid. But like the hamster, she didn't, and maybe held it a couple of times, and then she stopped because he bit her or bit at her friend. And I'm like, well, they're going to do that. You have to pull your finger away. You have to be prepared for
Right.
that. But
Something.
you have to keep handling him, or he's going to get worse. Like,
Right.
he will get to a point where he will bite you immediately.
Yes.
Because you are now a predator. And so I have gotten him now to where like, I can pick him up, he can climb up me, he'll hang out. You can feed him out of your hands. So he's now a friendly hamster
But-
that would be good for maybe somebody who, and here's my recommendation: if your kids want a bunny, get them a hamster, because a hamster,
No.
I'm
She
just
said
saying,
no.
compared to maintenance, get them a hamster, because you can feed them, you can hold them, you can pet them, you can do all the things, but they don't have like a crazy diet. You don't. I mean,
Bunnies have to eat like every 4 hours, right? Something like
Bunnies, if they go without food within 4 hours, they will. Apparently, not wood.
that. Yeah.
Well, but she gave them like lettuce and things like that.
Yeah,
so,
she fed them. She
Yeah,
fed
they had other stuff,
They
just
were-
not
they were
their
fed,
not their
just-
bunny pellets.
They had hay, and they had. I mean, literally, you can have a bunny that will survive just fine with if all you ever feed it is hay. If all you but they need more in their diet. But I mean, technically, what is hay? It's kind of a wood.
Justification.
So,
It's justification.
I mean,
Isn't it a grain?
it's a grain. If you shave a wood,
don't
it's
know.
kind of like a grain.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cash likes to chew up like my clothespins, like because I use them on my clothes because I cut the necks out of everything on, so to hold them on my racks. And if he finds one of those clothespins, he's the happiest thing in the world, and he's gonna chew that up. I'm like, you got shit that wood out, right? That ain't gonna feel good coming out.
Well, it is what it is. But yeah. So I don't necessarily see it the same way. I guess
I don't think
Which maybe
so.
does that make me a hypocrite? Though?
Maybe.
little
But
bit.
maybe a little bit. But not super.
I mean, I'm completely against it if you have a dog or a cat.
Have you seen those billboard signs that says which one is okay to eat? And it has like a cow and a horse and then like a dog, a cat, and a turtle, and then it has like a line or something. Oh.
Oh no, I haven't seen. Oh,
See if I can find it.
But I mean, like,
actually-
even if when she was here, she had a dog that your dogs did not necessarily get along. That was like that would be an acceptable. I feel like to rehome it.
like you
but
said,
she's not
like you
here.
said, if it's for the best interest of the animal
Animal, yes.
versus if it's for your inconvenience
Convenience, yeah.
versus what's best interest for the animal. Because I've taken ones
There
from
it is.
people
Yes.
because it was in the best interest of the dog.
Of the dog.
Let's see.
That's how I got Chance, our Doberman. But like Murphy, you have Murphy right now, and
Oh, you still got Murphy.
and
She's not getting.
She's
Murphy
not
back.
bringing him back. I already know this somehow. You have to take that up with Samuel. But it's Sam's dog. Now, rather than getting him another home, he just asked us to take care of him, and because he went to Marine Corps.
Yeah.
They do not have bring your dog to boot camp day.
No,
You
I
know?
found the billboard picture. if
Oh,
want.
did you?
Yeah, it's just a billboard. It says all animals want to live. Where do you draw the line? It has dogs, cats, dog, cat, dog, bunny, horse, and then a line. And then it has like chicken, a cow, a pig. Yeah, a pig and another cow and a duck.
Is there an alligator? in there somewhere?
There's probably like a milk cow and a beef cow.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know, cow and
dairy
cow.
cow and
There-
But then it says, where do you draw the line? It says pet, and then it has like arrows, and it says food.
Well, and it depends. I mean, it depends on the person too, because like, just so y'all know, we had the discussion about the cows yesterday. Because I told my husband as we're trying to keep each other awake.
Uh-huh.
Of the Highland.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I
so
said,
you talked about that.
and I said, Steve, I have a real big bone to pick with you. And he's like, what's that? And I said, well, when I came out here to visit, before you got a job offer, and you asked me if I would be willing to move out here, I said under one condition. I get to have cows.
I don't see any cows.
And I said,
I didn't feed any
I
cows.
said, it was,
So they might be dead if there are.
and I said,
Are we missing these
so
cows?
we made a deal that if I moved all the way away from my home area to the south, we would buy a big enough piece of property that I could have either a miniature horse, a miniature goats, or a miniature cow. I said, and you
don't
have,
have Steve.
You have reneged on that because every time I bring it up, you're like, no. And he's like, do we really need to add any more to our already busy stuff that we have to do? And I said, the answer is yes. I need to have a cow in my life. I mean, do y'all know
An
anybody?
emotional support cow.
Do you all know anybody that is more cow than me? I mean, I have cow suits. She's even wearing cow slippers.
And y'all, this cow bug, like where I'm sitting, I see at least 5 more, maybe more.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 4, 5. There's 5 of them over here.
Yeah.
And
I have cow heads, cow masks.
Yes.
the hands.
The plans of doing a cow heifer's talking bull show. I have cow T-shirts. I have a pair of killer.
Hands.
Yeah, I have the hands.
Yes,
I have
I'm looking at the hands right
I
now.
have killer cow pants that are flared at the bottom. They're the coolest. I got them at Buc-ee's. And then I have cow Birkenstocks. I love cows. I love.
Okay, so that's your.
I do not.
obsession.
I do not have like cow decor in my kitchen. My husband does draw the line on.
Okay, so I'm gonna
that's
just stop you for a
his
second
kitchen.
because I did not hear cow decor.
no.
I,
Did you hear cow decor?
that's why I looked so confused for a minute. I was like,
Well, that would not be a cow.
okay.
Yeah, let's do the transgender with cows. Why don't you try to knock that at her?
Yeah, no, I haven't finished my coffee today. Also, I'm just having.
I like how
how
she's like, I did not hear cow
That is
dick
not
or.
what I heard.
I heard I don't have a cow dick or. I'm not sure what the other. I don't have cow dick or goat.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Horns. You do not have horns.
Yeah. So that was our discussion, and I said, when I first was looking at the Highland cow, I had to relinquish because
They're expensive.
they're expensive. They're way
A little pricey.
outside
Holy
of
cow.
our price range. Like I looked them up when I first wanted a Highland cow, and I want the miniatures. I don't want a big, huge cow, and which also means you really got to get 2.
Yeah.
At a minimum, because they're not lone animals.
No.
They are not. And no, you do not have to have a herd. That's bullshit.
No, you just have to have a friend.
You just have to have a buddy.
bonded pair.
You need a bonded pair and a healer that can help them run. So that
You got that?
already
Check.
have that check.
Right.
You got a big yard.
But we have enough
Right,
space.
Got a big pasture beside her that Cash got in the other day, and I had panic mode.
Oh yeah.
That was. She's like, I'm ready to crawl under this fence, and we were like, Cash, come back here. He had gone under the fence and gone to the pasture. Like,
We're way out in the middle of that
and she's-
pasture,
we had both come back from our
ignoring
cars.
me.
Well, there's Flower. There's Maribeth, and I've named all the cows.
Well, we didn't see any of the cows. We just saw Cash out in the middle, ignoring me.
Oh, it
yeah.
was so funny. And he
And-
turns back. He's like, nope.
Well, being that these are all related, they move the cows to each other's
Pastures.
pastures.
Yeah.
But I've named them all, and when they're out in our pasture, I go over to the fence with apples and stuff, and they know when I'm there because I will call them, and they all come running over, and I feed
cute
the
is that?
cows. I used to back in Nevada, I had 20 acres, and I had Bessie the cow, and I used to run a lot when I owned my construction company to keep fit and stuff, and I would run our fence, and it paralleled their fence, and then I got permission from them to go inside their property, and I would run. So I ran their property and ours, and Bessie would run with me the entire way. She would run next to me the entire until Bessie disappeared one day.
Was she dinner?
Probably. I was so upset. I was so sad because generally, when people are dairy cow farmers,
Yes.
because they have to have a place where the cows go every day.
They have to have the
when
milk.
they're,
Right.
when they're feed cows, when they're meat cows, they just let them graze till they go to the good place in
Dinner
the
table?
sky.
I had a traumatic moment with a pig, a hog, when I was a child. So when you call a pig, you're like, Suey, like whatever. Well, I thought that was the pig's name. I thought her name was Suey.
Hey, Suey.
I mean, I was small, but I remember this and
You're
like
still
and sorry, parts of me, parts of me. You're not.
I have to say it when I was younger because that's my kids. I'm like, you're still small, mom.
Yeah.
You're still little.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went out there one day and I would legit go out there. I was at my grandparents a lot. My parents were divorced, so I stayed at my grandparents a lot. And I would go out there and talk to Suey. Like we were friends. Like we had bonded.
Like in Charlotte's Web.
Yeah. And I come running back to the house one day and I was like, Mama Larry, Suey's gone. Her not knowing that I had this bond with this hog pig. She said, oh yeah, Papa Bud took it and we're going to have bacon and sausage from that. Why did you call it Suey? Oh, it was. I remember this devastating. But she did not realize I had this bond.
Oh, that's so sad.
So yeah, she just thought that I knew that we were doing it for
slaughter.
Yeah.
Wait, how old were you?
I was only like 5.
Like Bessie the cow. If I had known, because it kept Bessie, and I don't think
It
they
didn't stop
knew.
me from eating bacon and sausage. I actually for a while I would only eat it if I saw it come out of the Brian or Oscar Mayer pack. You know, like I had to see the name brand.
Yeah.
Like I learned real quick that white paper kind, that was Suey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's somebody
the best
else's.
kind.
Yeah.
That is the best. Now I know that, and I have never bonded with the hog or a pig again. Never.
Well,
Yeah.
if I had known, and I don't think the guy knew that I was that bonded with his cow, but if
Yeah.
I knew, and I had talked, I would have bought the damn cow. I would not have let her go to the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
But that was the
would
whole
not.
like. I've since but that was the whole reason. Like that was why I had her.
But that's also part of my thought process in getting a Highland cow, because they are not for that.
No, they
purpose.
are not.
Right.
You know, you would only get one to have it as a pet.
How long do they live?
I don't know. I
I
really
will
don't
Google
know.
that.
And I
because
know
now
there's a
want to know.
difference between a Highland cow and a miniature. You have to distinguish between the two.
Yeah. Yes,
Because
there are large Highland.
a regular
Yes.
Highland cow will get bigger than me.
Yes.
Which is pretty big.
How do they make
15 to 22 years.
Thanks. You beat me
Okay.
to it.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. What'd you say?
How do they breed Finlands? What they breed it with to
I don't
Finley?
know.
We'll research that overnight.
Yeah,
They told.
we know the producer is on it.
It would have to be like just reducing the size of one of like what you talked about, like loving biology. One of the things I loved, and I was actually an ag major in college. I've never told that. One of the things I loved was the genetics of like we're raising this type cow, and this one has horns, and we don't want horns, and so there's a gene in there. We've got to figure out which one to
Well, it's
cull.
like with dogs.
I love
dogs
all
come from
that.
wolves, but
So-
that don't look like a wolf.
Yeah, so that it would have been taking your smaller cows, reducing them, and culling out until you get
Yeah,
small.
until you get the small. Well, so when I first got enticed by that thought process, and I looked them up, they were like 10 to 14K for one. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, now they're down to like,
1900, I think.
18, 1900.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, I mean, I just bought one. I just bought 2 of them this last week. And it's called Parts Hotel.
we have cows coming. Like my heart
Wow.
raced.
I know, she was all excited. We have cows. Yeah.
Like, did you see my face? I was like, we have cows coming. We have cows coming.
I unfortunately just
No, it's not
spent the
saying we.
entire budget.
She buys them, but it's we.
I like that we. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I could have bought 2 cows instead of
Yeah.
a hotel and 2 tow truck fees and all the other added things.
The extra meals that you really didn't plan on eating out,
Yeah.
and
all the parts.
parking
Parts,
at the
clothes,
airport.
food.
Yeah.
I will tell you though, the people that did get us in, and yes, there was one part issue that they had to fix the next day because they got the wrong one. Getting it in right away because they fit it in with their schedule instead of us having to wait. And they were really great, and excuse me, and it was like $1,200. So I was actually expecting it to be higher because most shops end up going like, you need this as an emergency. We're gonna like
more.
give you this expedited fee on top of the fee and blah blah blah. So I was actually, I was happy with the price, because one, we got back on the damn road, but
Yeah.
that was a whole thing.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, we still love her. Now we're taking recommendations for names for her. Ironically, Steve said she needs a real Southern name like Greta. I said,
Greta's not Southern.
we can't.
I feel like.
No, it's Southern. I'm sorry, honey. That's a Southern name.
Really?
Yeah. That is not a West Coast name. That is
Well,
not a New
technically,
England.
it's German.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
So it's either German or it's South. But it is definitely
But
not.
Greta Sue is very popular.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
Southern.
I said
It's going to be a double name.
I said Amber Lynn because of the Amber Lights.
Yes.
Okay.
And he thinks, because you'll love this one more than anything, but he thinks because of the ordeal that we went through, she should be named Carrie.
Yeah, I think that's
And I said, if we're going on that level, Carrie was a
Christine?
girl. I think it should be called Christine, because Christine was a car, and she was red.
Or, how about like Amber Lucy, but spell Lucy Luce, and then you've got Amber Luce. Like, it kind of looks like ambulance.
Oh, that's kind of
Greta, look at you.
See, look at her with
Yeah.
name.
Amber Lucy.
Amber Lucy. I like
That's
that.
cool. I
Well,
like
because it's like so we have.
She's been thinking about this forever.
I have not.
So you know how they have when you look in your rearview mirror and it says ambulance correct to you,
And it's
we wanted to change that. There isn't one on this one because it's a fire rescue.
right.
So we wanted to have the name put on our hood the same way backwards, so you can read it in the mirrored.
Yeah.
But we wanted to say abundance.
Okay.
Because we have abundance, and God has given that to us. And then where it says fire rescue, fire retired.
Okay.
And the number on it is A271, I think. And take the 7 off and put a 0 and then a 2 at the end, because our wedding date was 2012 and our last name is Albee, so A2012.
Oh.
And change things on it. Now I do
Yeah.
have to find out what the rules and regulations are here. They're pretty laxed in Limestone County, and they're pretty laxed in Alabama.
Yeah.
So the likelihood that we have to remove all the lights at all the designations, even Steve and I were like, do we have to take out the Maltese cross and stuff? And I said, I think, like, that's a personal thing, and other people, like, we had a guy, I belong to a group for that, and he's like, you need to remove all the markings because somebody might come up and knock on your door thinking that they could get medical treatment because you're a medical
Say they
whatever.
can.
And I'm like, they can, because I literally was a paramedic. I am trained. My husband was an EMT, and we were both firefighters.
Yeah.
So it's not like we could not treat somebody.
It's not like showing up at my house and you get a Reiki treatment.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, literally upstairs in our bathroom. If anybody is a snooper, I am a snooper.
Oh, I'm a hard sleeper. I just haven't it up there yet.
Yeah. But you'd be like, oh shit, these people were medical, because there's like a big red medical bag. You open it up. There's sea collars. We have a whole thing. If we even have it planned out for if somebody were to trip and fall and hurt themselves in our pool.
Fall down the stairs?
We have backboards. We have. Yeah.
Come here.
We're nuts. We're not. We have IV. We could give you an IV. I don't have the saline though, so you would just have that IV. Nothing going into it because I don't have fresh saline. But it's like, we are the right people to have it.
Right.
So we have like just a couple minutes left.
Yeah. We have like 3 minutes.
Okay, so the last thing, since it's about the ambulance, I kind of told you the idea for how to decorate it for the parade. What do you guys think of it? What I came up with? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Sorry, I've slept with you twice.
The Santa.
Oh, yeah, the
the
Santa.
Santa through the
Oh yeah, and then
chimney,
and he's on the inside,
they're
and
happening
somebody's
on the
taking
inside.
care of him. Yeah.
and Mrs. Claus is in there holding his hand, and two medics sitting there, and a half burnt up or at least looking charcoal elf on the gurney,
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
and then kids or something marching behind, with signs like "Help us save Santa" or "Santa Rescue" or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Arvix Ranch, Arvix Ranch sign.
He will hold you down.
Your mama's gonna get you.
It's like
I will hold you down to give you kisses.
give me some of that loving.
I will hold you down.
That's why he's got that little red line on his lip.
It's my lipstick.
It's roll tide.
No, it's
No,
my red
it's-
lips.
It's roll
It's
tide.
right. We tried to teach him to say that, but
Roll tide.
he is not learned. But he will say "mama," but he hasn't. He hasn't learned roll
I was
tide.
gonna say yesterday he laid up there. It
Yeah.
was really funny.
He's like, I want to
then he got-
I want to talk to Brittany.
He got- The fight with Brittany knocked her down. He said,
He
"Nope,
did. Yeah. He is not a Britney fan. He is not.
no." Hey, he's
He
like,
tricked you.
because if she can't, oh, there you go. He's got your hair.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Cash?
He's a little
What are you
lover
doing, Mr.
boy.
Cash? I think,
Okay.
Is that our timer?
Is that our timer? Well, we are out.
Yep, we are done. We are done for the day.
She's a better producer than I am.
We, you keep going. You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You all kind of started that yesterday too.
oh yeah.
Wait a minute. We got to go.
We gotta go.
Wait,
But wait.
wait,
Wait, we gotta go.
wait.
We
There's
gotta go.
more. Okay, we have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. To be continued.
Yes. To be continued.
We will
Every day
Tomorrow.
is a
Tomorrow's Friday.
We're like a TV
Tomorrow's
show that
Friday.
you just have to. If you miss an episode, you will not know where.
You will not
You all missed. Yes. Okay, you don't need the previous episode to know what's going on in this episode.
Yeah,
We're like a
squirrel.
soap opera that just
Squirrel.
keeps going.
Jerry,
Like a
I seen
squirrel.
yesterday though replaced the word girl in a song with squirrel.
Yes.
Yes,
That was
yes.
so
I
funny.
kissed a squirrel and I liked it.
Yeah. Mine was "Don't take the squirrel."
Yeah.
Don't take the squirrel.
Yeah.
My
Uptown
cinnamon
squirrel.
Well, in my car, if you've ever seen my car, it's a Honda Accord, and you'll know it's mine because, well, one, the license plate is DLC art, but hanging in the rearview mirror is a squirrel.
It's a squirrel. Okay.
All right. All right. Well, we will find your squirrel.
Yes.
We're gonna find your squirrel.
My squirrel's upstairs. That's Steve's nickname.
Aw.
Has been since
Oh,
we got together. I nicknamed him Squirrel.
I want my lobster,
you want your lobster?
for instance.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 All right.
We got to go.
We're out.
So everybody say goodbye. We will
Bye.
see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Yeah, we will.
I
be
might adult tomorrow. I don't know.
there. I don't know. Probably not, but I don't know.
I might not adult till Monday.
Yep.
I don't have to be any till Monday.
Whole week of being producer.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take
She's, compared to the first day to the second day,
She's like,
She's got it.
I think it's good. But the first day was rough.
I could just
Yeah.
leave it to her at this point. I'm getting her name embroidered on the back of her director.
Director.
No, it's going to
Amanda.
say producer.
Oh,
Produce.
producer.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you see those on a set, it says director, producer, cast.
All right. Right. Are you guys the cast?
Apparently.
Apparently, yeah. I'm the cast because y'all are the ones that cuts on all the lights and does all that because I'm too short. I just come in and sit down. That's it.
She's like,
I bring the mascot.
She
I did
brings the mascot.
That's what I told her yesterday.
Yes.
She's in charge of the mascot.
Here-
exactly.
He's been a little shithead today, but
He's
it's
been a little ornery today, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, we're out.
We're leaving.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.